Hello, and welcome to another video. So in today's video, we are going to talk a little bit about time management. This is going to be really geared towards moms and just women who have families. So if you are taking care of family members, if you provide care to someone aside from yourself, or the woman who just wants to learn how to structure her day that doesn't leave you feeling unproductive and unfulfilled. I'm going to share with you how I get it done in a day, okay? I know you guys have been waiting for this one, so stay tuned and let's get into it. Of course, these are not going to work for everyone. I do just want to kind of give you examples towards the end of this video, so that you can set up your day whatever way works best for you. And like I said, everyone's life is very different. You might have a 9-to-5 job, but I want you to know that inside of your day, you can structure times to get things done. You can get it done. There's 24 hours in a day, and you need to make sure that you're using that time wisely. And by using the time wisely, I mean you're using your time in a way that allows you to meet the goals that you have set for your life. So the first thing I'm going to say is take inventory of your life, okay? So take inventory. The first thing I would do is take inventory of your time, okay? And when you take inventory of your time, I want you to find times in your day, and write this down, of course. Find time in your day that you have free time. And we're going to determine free time as any time that you have that's uninterrupted, okay? So if you got 5 hours or if it's 5 minutes, it's still free time. It's still uninterrupted time that you can spend doing something quiet or getting something done. It just needs to be free time. You have free time within your day. If that requires you waking up early, you might have to wake up early. If that requires you going to bed later, you might have to go to bed later. You guys saw me do a complete full night of work in one of the videos, and I do that quite often. And like I said, at the end of this video, you're going to see how I structure my days and figure out why sometimes I would rather stay up at night. So yeah, just gonna take inventory of your time, write it down, of course, see where those free blocks are, kind of see where you're wasting time. So if you're scrolling on social media and you're not using your phone as a tool, we need to look at eliminating some of those things, or just making better use out of them. Like I said, if you're not growing something, you're not growing a business, networking, just doing things that are going to elevate and add to your life, why are you doing them? Why are you doing them? Okay? If you're not listening to a podcast that's going to elevate your life, why are you listening to it? Why? Okay? Why? You got to ask yourself that question, why? So, like I said, take an inventory of your time. And next you're going to take, I don't know if we're going to call it inventory. We're going to say we're going to set some goals, okay? You're going to look at your life and say, what do I want to do? Like, break it down to small chunks. What do I want to get done? It's March 1, right? March the 1st. What do I want to do in the next 30, I think March has 31 days. In the next 31 days, make it realistic. Don't say I'm trying to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. That's not it, okay? Maybe you want to lose 5 pounds this month. And it doesn't have to be all about weight. It can be, I want to find a job this month. I want to start a business this month. I want to come up with ideas to start a business. I want to drop my kids off on time all month long, okay? I want to wake up early all month long. Like, just make it a small goal, a goal that's tangible, so that you can not feel defeated about not meeting certain markers. But you're gonna have to take an inventory of your life and see what it is that you want and begin to set routines around what you want. Don't set routines around what Tansy wants. Don't set routines around what somebody else wants. You need to set routines around what you want, because you setting a routine and actually achieving some of those goals is going to bring you it's going to make you feel fulfilled, okay? And we just don't want the feeling of fulfilled. We actually want to be fulfilled. So make these goals count, okay? So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so you're going to use the free time, whatever free time it was that you say you have, whether it's 5 minutes or, like I said, 5 hours. Use that time. It could be before bed. It could be before you get out of the bed in the morning. It could be before you go to sleep. It could be before you get out of bed in the morning. Just fine. You have time in the day, okay? Your job don't have you there 24 hours. They don't. They just don't. They just don't have you there 24 hours. It might seem like you're there 24 hours, but they don't have you there 24 hours. So, like I said, you're going to use that time and you're going to actually put these put these goals on paper and plan them, okay? So I did this last night. You don't have to do it on paper. You can go ahead and do it on an app. I'll put the app on the screen. It's a really, really beautiful app. I began setting mine up last night because I have some personal goals that I would like to meet for this month, and I'm going to be very strict on myself and sticking to those, okay? But like I said, I like to do stuff like this, and what writing it down does, especially if you are a stay-at-home mom, or you just a stay-at-home like parent, you just stay at home, whatever, you just stay at home, okay? You don't have a job or necessarily like a strict schedule that you have to stick to. I find that actually pulling apart the goals and actually writing stuff down, like what I need to do for today, just doesn't allow you to just be flying by the seat of your pants thinking, oh, if I get it done, I get it done. Now, if you don't get stuff done, it's fine. Sometimes you schedule for stuff to get done in a day and you don't get a chance to get it done. That's okay. But just having no schedule and just saying, oh, another day, another dollar, I'm home. Like, no. Only to feel defeated at the end of the week that you didn't do anything and say, Monday, I'm gonna start again Monday. You don't have to do that. You have the ability to change your life by changing your routines, by changing your mind. And you can change your mind by changing your routines and just changing your day-to-day activities and how you live your life in general, okay? So I just went ahead, I used markers and stuff like that and washi tape and made it all, you know, I made me a schedule. So I would suggest that you do the same. Like I said, I'll leave the app for you on the screen. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to test out the routine. So I test out the routine for about a week, just changing little things. I didn't like walk out the full routine, but I did change a few things in my routine. And I said, because on the top of the month, I am going to implement them all at once. Whichever way, you know your personality best, you know how you operate, you know what will work best for you. If changing so many things at once doesn't work for you, don't do it. If you need to change small things, change small things, okay? I think last week I said I was trying to switch around the eating window a little bit. I wanted to stop eating at a certain time in the day, but I also want to get it in all of my food, all my nutrients, all that kind of stuff. So I had to play with it for a little while. I was playing with it for about 2 weeks. So just like I said, test out the schedule so that you're not feeling defeated if you want to have like a definite start date to start something. But just start. Just start. Get up and start. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Now I mentioned this one a little bit. I'm just going to touch on it again. That is, use your phone as a tool. Yes, people make social media, and social media, to be honest with you, it can, for some people, it can be a detriment. And there was a period of, I don't know, when Facebook first came out, I got a Facebook, let's say I graduated in 2011, so I had a Facebook in 2011, and then I did not get back on Facebook really until, I didn't delete it, but I wasn't on it like ever. Until I got married in 2017. Yes, in 2017. And I only got back on it because I opened up the daycare and I wanted to use it for a marketing tool. So I've never really been a fan of social media. And even now, I don't have like a personal social media. I only have like business social media. So I don't feel compelled to answer any personal questions because this is all business. So are you asking a question about your order? You know, are you asking a question about a video that I've made? And usually I take those questions directly on the videos, but I'm not like just, oh girl, look what I bought. I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that. So use social media as a tool, and don't let it, because a lot of times people use social media and they don't know that this is happening, but you're scrolling, looking at other people's lives, and then stepping back into your reality and then resenting your reality because you're so busy looking at the possibilities via other people's lives instead of actually living out your own life. So like I said, if you're building business, if you're networking, if you're trying to elevate yourself, use your phone in that way. I found out last night though, so I have an Apple Watch, and I'm one of those people, the only reason I have this really, I'm a Gorman girl, okay? I have this because my husband bought this. He likes technology and stuff like that. And you see I have a microphone here, like some of the technology is good, right? But this watch has so many features that I don't even really know about. And slowly but surely, I'm just implementing a few more of them in that helps me better to reach some of the goals that I want. So while I was messing around with this watch last night, I saw that it had like what I was doing was I was changing my sleep routine. So they have like a little sleep thing on there. I want to make sure, like, sometimes I'll be up so busy like editing videos and messing with thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. I don't really just scroll aimlessly. I'm always watching something that's purposeful. But even in watching something that's purposeful, you still have to find time to give your mind a break and just give yourself a break. So I was trying to set up like a system so that I am reminded, you need to get off this phone, you need to go to bed. So that when 5:30 in the morning comes, or whatever time I decide I want to wake up, I'm not so sleepy, you know, because I can sleep about 7 o'clock. You know, I do not, but I can. And if I'm not feeling well, I will, okay? But I don't, because I don't want that to be my norm, I know that I have to change the time that I go to sleep, because you do need sleep. I mean, you need a good amount of sleep too. So I was messing around with that, and I found this feature that shows you, it's like a little hand washing thing. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and enable this, but I'm not about to sit here and press the hand washing feature every time I go into the sink. Girl, I was washing my hands this morning, and the thing started to count down for me. So this watch has some good features, and you know, I said that to say the watch has good features, your phone has good features that could actually help you to elevate your life. So help you to stick to routines and schedules, reminders. There's so many apps out there that you don't have to pay for that you can use to help you to achieve your goals. Use those tools and stop messing around with all the other stuff that ain't helping you do nothing. Just not helping you do anything, okay? So let's move on to the next thing. All right, so my first example, I have a bunch of examples for you from how do I squeeze in spending time with my kids, spending time with my husband, how do I make constant content, clean up my house, make sure that, how do I do all that? I have like specific examples, and I'm going to go through some of them with you just to share a few insights. And like I said, these can change at any moment of time. It's just I like to go through lists and structure my day. It helps me the best. So the first example I have is how do I spend time with my daughter? Now I have 2 children that live in the home, but they need very different things. So, you know, part of being a mom, part of being a parent is realizing that both of your children don't need the same things. My son is 14 and my daughter is 4. So on 2 total different spectrums. So at this age and stage in their lives, I actually break up their time. I don't push their time together. If I take my son out shopping, more than likely I'm not taking my daughter out shopping, because they just don't need the same level of attention from me. You know what I mean? And if I'm catering to one, then one's feeling left out. They don't say that, but I'm watching, okay? So the first thing, like I said, is spending time with my daughter. One of my favorite things to do on the weekends especially is I'll take her for a bike ride in the morning when I wake up. I'll take her for a bike ride after we eat our meals. And this does 2 things. This gets my movement in for the day. It does a few things. It gets my movement in for the day. It gets her movement in for the day. And also with her getting her movement in for the day, it's also me spending time with her, okay? And other little things. So you guys see I'm in my craft area right now. She likes to craft when I craft. So what I'll try to do is I'll save an activity. Sometimes I can, sometimes I need to get all the activities done, or like making little stuff for my shop. I'll save an activity or task. I'll save a task for the end of the day, so that while I'm crafting, she can craft, like one that doesn't need my undivided attention. Another thing is I will, when I'm combing her hair, if I schedule a time to comb her hair, I'll turn on the TV. I'll like project her iPad on the TV and then let her watch a show that she likes, and I'll watch it with her, like without my headphones in or anything. So just little things like that. Taking some time and going in her room, picking out her clothes with her, just to make her feel special, and to let her know that, you know, I am thinking about her. It's those small little things that really make up the big events when it comes to spending time with the children. So that's just my example. Let's move on to the next thing. Now, I mentioned that my son and daughter are 2 different ages, and this is something new because my son is just now getting into this stuff. And that is, I offered him the opportunity to work out with me at the end of the day. Now, it's not any crazy workout, anything like that. That is so going. I don't do crazy workouts no more. I invited him to invite me to work out. So I'm going to do my little stretching, just whatever, something light, maybe some push-ups at the end of the day, so that he can say, hey, I want to do the workout with you at the end of the day too. I told him he can pick 2 to 3 days at the end of the week. So it's our time to like laugh and just be in each other's company. And then also, like I said, he gets that same movement, and then he gets to reach some goals of his own. We can set goals. He recently learned how to do push-ups. Child, he didn't know how to do push-ups before I went to the Army. Homeboy now do push-ups now. So just little things like that. And you have to tailor that, of course, to what your family likes, what your children like. But like I said, that's my example. Let's move on to the next thing. Now, meals. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say, baby, I am not Mom's Maybelline. I'm not Aunt Mama. I do not make it like, it's not like, oh, Tans, you got to cook. No, me and my husband don't roll like that. Actually, my husband is an executive chef. So like I told you guys before, he teaches people to become chefs. So he really likes cooking. However, he cooks, deal with food. He doesn't cook all day anymore, but he is around food principles, all that. He don't be wanting to deal with it all the time. So I do try to take a load off and just make the meals as much as I can, or as much as I want to, if I'm honest with you. And one of the things that I found that helped me is when I make my lunch, so I eat my lunch around 11:20. It's 10:58 right now, a.m. I eat my lunch around 11:20. So when I make my lunch, I'll actually prepare dinner as well. This way, after I'm done eating my lunch, I can go in, I can clean up the kitchen, everything's all cooled down. I can put it into the refrigerator and just prepare it. So that's one less task that I have to do at the end of the day that takes away time for me spending with the family. And just one less task I have to do in general. Like one less cleanup task he has to do, one less cleanup task I have to do. And then I still am contributing to the family and I'm still getting it done. Okay, so let's move on to the next example. All right, so this one is a big question, especially when I was doing like the mobile massage with me and stuff like that. And when I look at my channel now, I have over 500 videos and I just post on a consistent schedule. And I will say, like, no credit, I'm not trying to boast and give all of the credit belongs to God, because the ideas flow. But still, even if God gives me an idea, right? Like, even if an idea is laid on my heart to produce a video, and the experiences that I have allows me to produce videos and put it into content, there's still a lot of planning that goes into it. So planning the video, like this video, even though I'm just talking, this video is still structured. I still have notes for it. There's still a plan for it, and it still has to be edited. Okay. So I have come up with an editing schedule that works for me. However I start, like I said, it's 11 o'clock now. I'm sitting here filming this video. Between now and 1 o'clock, this video will be edited and ready to post at any point in time. I do have to do the thumbnail. Like I said, it's a whole system that I have worked all in. Like it's like this now. Okay. When I first started, it wasn't like that. I will say that I like to finish filming by at least 1 p.m. and finish my last edit by the time I leave to go pick up the kids. And you guys know recently I took the task back from my husband of picking up the kids, because when I went to the basic training, he was doing it all. And I really, I love that he does it all. It's amazing. But you want to share the load with your spouse, okay? If you're married, free marriage advice there. You want to share the load. You don't want one person to feel like they're doing everything. Even if they don't say it, it's a no for me, honey. It's a no for me. So like I said, I do finish editing by the time I pick up my daughter, because she's the first one that I pick up. If I do not finish an edit, what I do is what you saw me do the other night, and that is I'll wait till everyone goes to bed, everyone's sleeping, and I will come in here and do some work, whether it's making bracelets and putting together shorts for the next day, whether it's planning content, whether it's doing diamond painting, whatever I need to do. If I need to do it, like I didn't finish doing it, I'll use the nighttime to do it. I do not try, I'm definitely moving away from it, especially now that I'm back and more like in a routine. I try not to work when I'm supposed to be spending time with my family, because just like working a 9-to-5 job, you have to know when to not, or your relationships suffer. And I mean your relationships with your significant other, your children, just in general, your relationship suffers. So I do not waste a lot of time doing that. So like I said, I wake up late. Shorts are the same thing, but except with shorts, because me and my husband like to joke about the kind of shorts that I do. I really do this like ASMR, like sound things. I'll get all the content for the shorts, and then when he gets home and he's winding down, I'll edit the shorts real quick. It's 60 seconds. Sometimes it doesn't take me long. Sometimes it does, just depending on the length of the video. But like I said, so while he's taking his shower and getting wind down for the day, or when he's watching TV, because I'm not a TV person. He likes to watch TV, or maybe he'll play his game. I'll use that time and we'll be like talking, and then I'll edit the shorts, okay? So long form content before everyone gets home. Short content I can do while they're home. At least I do it while they're winding down, okay? All right. All right, so this is my last point before I close out the video, and that is spending time with my husband, your significant other, your husband, whoever, your girlfriend, boyfriend. Relationships take work, and me telling you these things, like mentioning my kids, these are the relationships that are important to me. And because they're important to me, especially as a mother, I've learned this. So let's say I just went off and did something. Well, girl, I did go off and do something. I went to the Army. One of the things that kind of weigh on you as a mother, and sometimes will have you slip into like a place of guilt, is not spending quality time or enough time with the people that you love, your children, your husband, whatever. So it's important to me, I realize, and I don't want to do anything that takes me away from being able to spend time with them. So like I said all that to say, my spending time with my husband is very important to me. Now, we communicate all day, every day, okay? As much as we can. They're doing like some testing or something right now, so not so much this week, but we communicate every day, all day. If I need something, I'll do a little walkie-talkie on the watch. I'll communicate with him. It's no big deal. But our big highlight times of like spending quality time, kind of unloading our day to each other, would be nights and weekends, because of his work schedule and because of the things that I have to do. So I will make sure everybody's squared away, and then we'll spend time together. But yeah, that's how I do it. That's how I keep it all together. That's how I keep it all running. And you never know how good something works until you have to change the system and then get back into the swing of it. But like I said, find a system that works best for you. One thing that you didn't hear me mention is like talking on the phone and things like that. I really don't talk on the phone like that. I have one really, really, really good friend, and she knows I don't talk on the phone like that. And so I will like schedule times. Like if she really needs me, she's on my, I have a do not disturb. You know, Apple got the do not disturb on lock, so nobody can get through. She can disturb me. So she'll text me, like we'll text back and forth. We'll text each other like podcasts and things like that. And then we'll schedule a time, and then we'll come together and we'll talk about it. She's such a blessing to my life. But at the end of the day, she knows I don't talk on the phone like that. And I don't not talk on the phone like that to be mean to people. I don't talk on the phone like that because my day is packed. And if your day is not packed, you know, with your business, that means it's packed with somebody else's business, and I don't have time for that. When I say somebody else, if you want the people sitting down on the phone talking about people all day long, I'm gonna need you to get a life and do better. Because there's so many things that you could be doing with the 24 hours that don't equate you sitting down gossiping about people. Okay? All right. You can. So no, I didn't mention talking on the phone because I really don't talk on the phone. And there are breaks in the day. So between me going to the gym in the morning, or sometimes I don't go to the gym every morning, but that time in between me waking up in the morning and then before I drop my son off, I have a few hours to play with in there. So if I need to make a call, if I need to answer you guys' comments, things like that, I'll do throughout the day, but I'm not like hard pressed to carry around my phone and just be talking and communicating with people. There's so much more for me to be doing. And I want you to begin to pull apart your days in a way that you are being efficient and effective with the time that God has you here on this earth. All right? As always, if you have a question, ask a question, and I'll see you in the next video.